Lady Alyssa, remember to unmute for your speaking part.
Imagine a clear white light in your heart chakra, growing brighter and brighter, shining out from your body like a radiant sun. Now imagine that ball of light flowing down your left arm, passing the ball to the next person, flowing up their right arm, through their body, passing it on and on to every person within our circle, from left to right. Imagine the energy circling faster and faster, overcoming any and all negativity that may linger here within. Cast it out, leaving us behind us our good intentions on this Sabbath morning. We are one. We are all connected to this time and place. The circle is cast. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Mote it be.
So mote it be.
I do invoke you, O golden eagle of the east. Power of air, the beating of your wings raises the winds of inspiration and enlightenment. Share with us your powers of thought and delineation, that we may have clarity of mind and thoughts. Join us, be with us, guide and inspire us in this our holy ritual. We bid you hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
Welcome.
I do invoke you, O red dragon of the south, power of fire. You bring forth the flames of passion and manifestation. Share with us your powers of creativity and courage, that our actions may be confident and effective. Join us, be with us, guide and inspire us in this our holy ritual. We bid you hail and welcome.
Hail and
Hail and
welcome.
welcome.
I do invoke you, O blue dolphin of the west, power of water. From your blowhole you spout waves of sensitivity and compassion. Share with us your powers of love and empathy, that our emotions may be open and free-flowing. Join us, be with us, guide and inspire us into this our holy ritual. We bid you hail and welcome.
Hail and
Hail and
welcome.
welcome. I do invoke you, O black bear of the north, power of earth. You make your home in the cave, which resonates with wisdom and understanding. Share with us your powers of focus and integration. Join us. Be with us. Guide and inspire us in this, our holy ritual. We bid you hail and welcome.
Hail.
Hail and welcome.
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 Mighty Janus, God of beginnings and endings. Today we are faced with great changes, and in that liminal space between endings and beginnings, there we will find you. We ask you, join us now, open the gates and guide us into the future with your blessings. Hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
welcome.
Great goddess Hecate, queen of witches, keeper of the keys, and guardian of magic. Whenever we stand at a crossroads, there we will find you. We ask you, join us now. Raise your golden lamp, that its light may guide our way. Hail and welcome.
Hail and
welcome.
welcome.
And welcome.
Family, we come together today to pour out our sorrow and our grief as we remember all the ills and injustices of the old age. Orpheotellist Rebecca Lynn Scott of the Starry Crown tradition has graciously permitted us to use a selection of her litany for the many dead in this ritual. And so let us now call forth the dead who have been wounded by the poisons of the old age. And in so doing, may we encompass all those dead whom we cannot call upon by name to hear our wailing cries. We call to the ailing dead. We call to the ailing dead. You who died ill, weak, and wasting, whether you died in strength or in fear, may you know no illness now. We call
to the ailing dead.
Dead.
We call to the unjustly dead.
We call to the
The unjustly dead.
Killed for crimes not yours. Because you who were killed for crimes not yours, because they needed someone to blame. May your innocence be known.
We call
Call to the
Call to
unjustly
the
dead.
unjustly dead.
Unjustly dead. We call to the
Call
Unjustly
sorrowful
dead.
dead.
We call to the sorrowful dead.
We call
We
to
call
call
the
to the sorrowful dead.
You who regret your passing, who yearn for the life you left behind, may you find solace and rebirth. We call to the
We
sorrowful.
call to the sorrowful
Sorrowful
dead.
dead.
Call to
We
the
call to the sorrowful dead. We call to the murdered dead.
We call to
Call
the
to the
murdered
murdered dead.
You who were cut down before your time, not by gods, but by mortal hand.
call to the murdered dead.
We call to the murdered dead.
We call to the murdered dead.
dead.
Murdered dead. You who were cut down before your time, not by gods, but by mortal hands. May you know justice.
We call to the persecuted dead.
We
We
call
Call to the persecuted dead.
dead.
You chosen as scapegoat for an entire culture, driven out, tortured, burned, or hanged. May you have again what was taken. We call
We
to
call
the persecuted
to the
dead.
persecuted
We
dead.
call to the
To the
persecuted
persecuted
dead.
dead.
For the great regrowing and rebuilding that must come after the great grief, we call upon the healing dead to give us
We
aid
call
in closing.
On the healing dead.
We call upon the just dead
We call upon
the just dead.
to bring new integrity to our lands.
Bring new integrity.
We call upon the brave dead
we
We call
call
upon the
upon the
brave
brave
dead.
dead.
to inspire us to heights to match yours.
we call upon the oracular dead.
We
We
call
call
upon the oracular
oracular
dead.
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 To tell us the guiding words of the gods.
We call upon the kindly dead
We
We
call
call
upon
upon the kindly dead
Dead.
to grant us grace
On the just
of your care.
to bring new integrity to our lands.
We call upon the blessed dead
we call
We call
upon
upon the
the
blessed
blessed
dead.
dead.
to walk with us on sacred paths.
We call upon these mighty dead
We call
We
upon
call
all
upon
these
all
mighty
these
dead
Mighty dead.
Dead.
to aid us in our great work.
Beloved ones, hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
We call upon the blessed dead to walk with us on the sacred paths.
Wailing is an ancient tradition in which grief is released through the mouth, lancing the wound of pain. In our act of power today, we will enter a circle of mourning where the wailing will take place, and then a circle of reflection, and finally, a circle of healing. There is no right or wrong way to wail. You may wail as loudly or as softly as your individual situation finds you. Open your mouth and let the sounds come out. It may be one long continuous note, or it may be several short successive notes. It may grow louder and then softer, or softer and then louder. You might cry or you might not. The idea is to let your body bring the pain out through your vocalizations, through your tears, and release it into the universe. And in so doing, we will give our personal and collective grief the recognition and validation that it needs and deserves, so that it may resolve and we may heal. It is very important to keep in mind that when we refer to letting go of pain, when we refer to lancing the wound and letting it drain, we do not mean letting go of the good memories, the happy thoughts, and the wistful, sweet remembrances of our beloved ones who have died before us. Instead, the act of intentionally letting go of pain allows us to remember them comfortably. And if we so choose, we can also bring the spirits of our loved ones closer to us in ancestral workings, veneration, and so on. You are welcome to let your voice rise and fall as you are moved, and I will be leading the wailing cry, which will begin with, "Let us mourn, let us mourn, let us mourn." So join us now if you are so moved, as we set free our grief and pain in this mournful wailing chant. We are going to go into a meditation before we begin. So take a moment and make yourself comfortable. Find a comfortable position. And then when you are ready, I would like you to imagine a circle around you where you sit or stand. And this circle is our circle of grief. Take a few deep breaths in and out, and in and out, and in and out. And know, as you sit in this circle of grief, that you are completely safe here. See in your mind, feel and sense all around you whatever it is that makes you feel the safest. And then I would like you to let your mind go to the place inside of yourself where you hold your grief. And in this place, I would like you to find a place, a time, or a memory of something or someone that you have lost to death. Maybe it was a lost opportunity. Maybe it was an unrealized dream. Or perhaps you're remembering someone who was very important to you. As you think of these things, notice just exactly where you feel it in your body. For many people, that feeling of grief is there in the center. Yours might be different. You may feel it in the gut, or perhaps in your head. There is no right way or right place. Just notice the sensation and take stock of it. If you need, Think of somebody else or something else that you grieve, and let this feeling of grief well up inside of you. Let it well up like a spring. You might feel a pressure in your body as it does. Let this build and build. And as it builds, find a third something or someone in the place you hold your grief that may be the strongest feeling of someone or something you have lost and are still grieving. It may have happened a short time ago, or may have been covered up by someone saying you should get over it. Perhaps you've even said that to yourself. And take all those feelings that you have now and trace them back in time. Follow them back like you're following a trail. Follow these feelings and place yourself back in that time, and do not be afraid. Because as you feel this, as you immerse yourself in it, the greater you feel it, the greater is the understanding that what you grieve was important to you. In the Iliad, the greatest heroes cried for their companions who had died. In that culture, they knew that crying for them was a sign that that person was important. And so I would like you all to grieve, to cry, to wail with me now. Allow those feelings of grief that by now may be bursting, near to bursting in your body, to multiply again and get even stronger. Allow these feelings to engulf you. Allow yourself to feel the importance of what you have lost, and give yourself permission to let the grief move you. And with me now, open your mouth and make a sound. Let us mourn, let us
mourn.
Let us
mourn,
mourn.
Let us mourn.
let us mourn, let us
Let us mourn.
Let us
mourn, and as we mourn, we release the pain. As we grieve, we are born. Release the pain. Give it space to let us mourn. Let us Let us shed tears for those who have gone. Let us give real for those who remain. We are here, and what is remembered lives. Oh, let us mourn. Let us mourn. Let us mourn. Mourn. It is okay. Let us mourn. Let us mourn. Let us mourn. And we have mourned.
Now, take a moment to imagine yourself stepping out from your body that is grieving. Imagine in your mind You move to the side, perhaps even stand up, and you can look at the person there in their circle of grief, see their pain, see yourself, and leave the pain there. In that image, breathe for a moment and notice that the energy of that person in that place is, as it feels you radiating slightly to you. Now, I'd like you to go into your mind's eye to a new place, a new circle, the circle of reflection. And in this new place, I want you to find a spot that is joyous and beautiful. And from that spot, notice what you see, notice what you hear, and allow these joyful feelings to wash over you. It's matter, not whether it's real or imagined. Let these calming, pleasant feelings well in you for a few moments. And then what I want you to do is to think of someone that you knew years ago, someone you can appreciate, someone who made you laugh, someone who was your friend, someone had good qualities, and who is not in your life right now. Maybe they moved away, or you moved away from them. Maybe you graduated and lost track of one another. Maybe you send cards only once a year to each other. Notice these feelings rise up inside of you while you think of this person. You may have the memory of them and you have an appreciation for them. Notice where you feel in your body. Now you see the memory is bright. Does it glow? Or is it in a particular place to the left or to the right above you as you look at it? Maybe the colors of the memory are rich, or perhaps it's black and white. Notice as you think of this person, you don't grieve for them, just appreciate them. They may be no longer in your life, but what you have the feelings having known them and felt the feelings of the gift they were in your life.
Now think of another person, another who is no longer in your life, but oh, how it was good to have known them. Maybe it was even a pet you had a long time ago who you can tell stories about and feel good that they were a part of your life. Ramp up that feeling, make it bigger, make it stronger. Let it well up inside of you. And as you feel that feeling of appreciation, of having known that person, notice also the interesting feeling of carrying their memory with you. Invoke from infinite space more of that energy. It may be a wave of feeling washing over you and filling you up. Allow it to fill you and to magnify in your body. And allow all those people you have known and loved and that you appreciate to come to mind and help build that feeling further. Bring all this energy with you, and in your mind, step into the third circle, the circle of healing. As you bathe in this energy, in this warm, soft glow, notice again that grieving person you left behind in the first circle. Watch them step from the circle of grief and into the circle of reflection. And from the circle of reflection into the circle where you are, the circle of healing. Open your arms and welcome them into yourself. Give the healing energy to that person who has sat for so long in their grief. And as you share with them more and more of this energy, watch them transform. You can see their posture changing. You can see the energy in their body shifting and brightening. And it's possible for you to feel that transformation happening right in front of you. If they need more of that energy, send it to them now. Allow a huge rush of it, an ocean of appreciation, a beautiful display of energy and light to pour over them. It doesn't matter how you do it, just continue. Send them all the energy that you can. And as you do that, you see them relax. See them take the energy in. See them transform. And they feel your appreciation. They have put their grief in the past, wherever that is. And as they do that, now you can step into that body. Take all your experiences with you and allow it to merge together. As it all merges, you can feel a sense of wholeness. Feel the appreciation, the feeling of, yes, they were in my life. They gave me something. And as they gave me something, I can give it to others in memoriam as they would want me to. Take a moment now and imagine this feeling spreading out into your future. 2 minutes from now, 2 hours from now, 2 days from now. Send it out there all the way to the end and allow this lesson to always be there for you, to have transformed the way you had previously felt grief into a new way of understanding. And when you're ready, take a few deep breaths, ground yourself, and open your eyes. As you come back fully into yourself, we're going to listen to a song composed for this season called Samhain by Reverend Sir Ebony Nash.
Sir Edward, if you would, please.
Camera mo. Stop camera.
Thank you, Sir Ebony.
Beloved dead. Good. Thank you, Sir Ebony.
Thank you. Thank you, Sir Ebony.
Thank you, Sir Ebony.
Beloved dead, we address our hearts to you. We have come together this morning for our mourning, to release the sorrow of our hearts, but also the sorrow of the world. Even as we release, so too may the energy of the earth release, and we ask you, beloved ones, to aid us, to join with us, helping to release this energy, the anger, the pain, the sorrow, which hangs over the world. May it be released. May the old patterns which engender it be released, that new patterns may form. May the prejudice, the bigotry, the injustice of these patterns be released. We know that the world by its nature is imperfect. It offers lessons which are its purpose. But patterns may be renewed and lessened in other ways, and we ask you to help us to guide the of the new coming into effect, that these particular may be, and with them the great pain and sorrow that accompany them. We open our hearts and release this energy for ourselves. We ask you to join us in expanding that releasing to the earth. Feel that energy, that pain, that sorrow, abating, releasing, healing over the earth. And know, of course, that this is not overnight process, but may that process accelerate. And may the new patterns which will be built are kinder, and above all, more honest and more just for all people, regardless of who they are. And again, may the bigotry, the prejudice, the oppression, the hatred which has accompanied so much of the old age be released now. May those patterns dissolve, that we may rebuild them in new and better ways. Beloved ones, we ask you for your aid. We honor you who have gone before. We offer you our love and our respect. We ask that you shall speak to us and tell us that which is needful for us to know. And they are here, and they are many, and they say to us, we know that you are grieving. We knew before you knew yourselves. It is not that we have walked this road as a tradition for so many years. We have often said to you, you are the midwives of the new age, that the skills you are building were for the purpose of focusing the future. And we have often said, now is the time. It has never been more true. In your hands are the skills to rebuild of the world. Use them here and into the future. Never for a moment think that you are passive recipients of what is happening in the world, for you are active creators of it. To use the skills that you have learned. Create that kinder and more just world you ask for. See it in your minds and make it in your lives. And cleanse the energy of the earth. And continue to cleanse that energy and heal that energy. And you will see just how very much in building a beautiful and just new age. No, the world is never perfect. If by perfect we mean completely agreeable to the conscious mind. But it can be oh so much more in the conscious hands of the people through the further embodiment of the abilities of spirit. You have learned much and we have taught much, but there is so much more to learn and so much more to teach. Open your hearts to us, and we shall impart to you many more techniques, much more knowledge from this world we are in, for the transformation of the world you are in. And truly, our worlds pull together. They are separate only by illusion, and that illusion will not be so great in the future as in the past. And truly, even as we, as a tradition, are formed by the living and the spirits hand in hand, so true the world shall also be. The living in the physical world and we in the spiritual world, hand in hand. No strong barrier between us, no barrier between us. This is the future speak of. It is a future that some fear, it is a future that some oppose, but it is the future we are working for. And for spiritual people, it offers so much. The veil will never be completely absent for many reasons, but it will not be what it has been. Truly, the separation between the world of humankind and of the mighty ones shall be little separation, and we shall each be embodied together exactly what we're doing, more so than any have ever had before. And as we move from one life to the next, and as we move from lives to ancestors, we are in our path than ever before. Through the use of the incarnational arts, which we have taught. You. These then are our words to you of the future you are building. All these things which are being released shall rush away like water, not overnight, of course, and not without emotion, not without difficulty, but they are rushing away faster than you know. And you must be prepared to build the new world. And the tools you need to do shall be placed in your hands, even as the tools you needed to get here were placed in your hands. And you shall have this and the insight to use them and to put forward the effort and the dedication necessary to accomplish the goal. Know that we are with you always, that we love you, that we are proud of you. We could not be happier with where our children, our tradition, our people are, and where we know that you are going. And should the path seem difficult or long, remember, we are all here together, and we will aid you when we are called upon. And the future is just as bright or just as dark as you make it. So use these skills as you know to do, and it shall be a very bright future indeed. May the blessing be upon you now and always. These are our words to you.
Because I am divine, my children are divine. Your beauty exceeds the stars you created and the decisions you made before time. Choosing to be aware of this life in this time inside this event. You knew in the beginning it would take a legion to shift humanity's focus again, proclaiming, I will be here for such a time as this. Raise your hearts, generously give your best through your inspirational lives. You were created and prepared for 1,000,000 years to be living vessels of hope to the wounded and the fearful. This is not the first time you have bravely stepped forward to walk through great battles. I have always sang praises of your creative, wise strengths. You have been fully prepared, and I shall always find my home inside you.
Our children, the veils thin, do not forget we are with you always, guiding, protecting. It is time of change, but we have given you the gifts, allow you to proceed forward to shape the world in your image, how you see it. It will be a bright world with hope, love, and compassion. We trust you with these gifts to make it known. These are our words.
You are our beloved children, and we walk with you wherever you go. Your grief touches us as ours touches you, for we too grieve for you. There is power in our grief, power which can be harnessed to help birth the new age, which is our mandate and our purpose, and will be for the next as well. We are spiritual beings, and we have come together and found each other. For this time and this place. For this labor is long and hard, but we shall persevere as all good midwives do. The new world is coming, a new place of hope and love and peace, and our grief will usher in the love. Never forget the love. These are our words to you.
Beloved ones, we are incredibly proud of every single person in this beautiful tradition. We remind you now, remember your connections. Remember the bridges you have built with other people, other traditions, other paths. Remember and strengthen them, for they can help you, they can help us. And together, we go forward. Remember the past and let it help you make the best decisions for our future. Hold your light high. Let all see it. Be not ashamed of whom you are. We are always right there, just behind you. Speak with us. Ask us for direction, all of you. No matter your level of training, begin early and your connection
will grow stronger as you learn. And when you stand at a crossroads, take a breath before you decide which way to go. The decision does not need to be made in an instant. Remember us. We are always with you. Through joy and celebration, through grief and heartache and fear and confusion and pain. These then are our words to you, beloved ones.
Beloved one, we hear your lament, we hear your prayers, and we know that you are speaking from your heart of love and compassion. We see you as you are now, as the plowman in the field of mud, behind his horses, stuck to the waist. The horses become covered in mud and harden. But no, this is a time for you to continue to reflect within yourselves, within your association with one another. It is like you are wrapped within a cocoon. Take this time that has been placed upon you throughout the entire world to grow in spirit. For when the sun returns and shines upon the mud-coated horses and the farmer deep in mud, hardens and cracks and falls away, know that as the butterfly emerges from his cocoon, from her cocoon, there is much beauty, and that beauty is in the spirit that pours from you. The beauty of your love. We so honor and care for you as you move forward. Do not be depressed in your situation, because it is the time that you can grow in joy and love and compassion, for that is what is needed when the sun returns and eyes are opened and that caked mud falls from not only your confinement, but from those who will seek you out. We love you, and we thank you for your consistent focus. And so it is.
Hear now the words of the ancestor. As far as the east from the west, but the land is the same. The land that you're standing in the west is the same as the land that we are standing here in the east. All souls are one. Whatever that you are suffering right now, we have endured it here in the other world. Whenever calamity or disaster comes, we are the first one who are defending you from such terrible trouble that is happening. As of this time, that we who are on the other side are making sure that our blood will not be will not be useful. It will not be go in vain, but our blood will continue to run in your blood, as you who are living right now will become an ancestor sooner. Your work is important now in creating a new future for the next world to come. Here are words, and it is so.
These then are the oracles that the ancestors have offered to us. And we thank them and we are grateful for their guidance and their wisdom.
We give thanks to the many dead for all that you have given us, for our bodies and ourselves, for the whole world passed down to us. We give thanks to the many dead.
We give
Give
thanks.
thanks to the many dead.
Great goddess Hecate, queen of magic, you who stand at the crossroads with your golden lamp held high. Your light has illuminated much for us, and we thank you for it and for your presence in this our holy ritual. We know you are ever with us, yet with love and with respect, hail and farewell.
Hail and
Hail and
farewell.
farewell.
Mighty Janus, you who are between the beginning and ending of all things, you have opened the gates of the future for us, as you have for so many before us, and we have taken the first steps through. We know you are ever with us, yet with love and with respect, we bid you hail and farewell.
Hail.
Hail and farewell.
Farewell. O Black Bear of the North, thank you for your presence and your aid in our holy ritual. With respect and love, we bid you hail and farewell.
Hail
Hail
and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
O blue dolphin of the east, thank you for your presence and your aid in our holy ritual. With respect and love, we bid you hail and farewell.
Hail
Hail
and
and
farewell.
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 O red dragon of the south, thank you for your presence and your aid in our holy ritual. With respect and love, we bid you hail and farewell.
Hail
and farewell.
farewell.
Hail and farewell.
O golden eagle of the east, thank you for your presence and your aid in our holy ritual. With respect and love, we bid you hail and farewell.
Hail.
Hail.
Hail and farewell.
Farewell.
As above,
So below,
So below.
as without,
so within,
Oh,
as the universe,
so the soul.
So the soul.
the circle is open but never broken. Merry
Merry
meet
meet, merry part, and merry meet again.
again.
Remember to pollinate your flowers with blessed bees.
Blessed be.